5280 Sports Network on a Tuesday. How are you? It is your morning minute. That guy right there, Shawn. My name is Nate Lundy. Ryan Green, our videographer behind the camera. Thanks for stopping by, being a part of our morning minutes. Always trying to bring you some of the various headlines of what's going on in the sports world, particularly around Denver and around Colorado, but every now and then what's going on around the rest of the country. Let's look at last night's Monday Night Football game, Shawn. Did you see anything out of the Patriots that gives you a cause to believe that the Broncos might be able to pull off an upset on Sunday?
No, quite frankly. In fact, they scared
that
me
was
more.
Depressing.
They didn't have half their pieces, and they're still just tearing apart a very good Baltimore defense that, by the way, came into that game leading the league in points against. I mean, and Brady still dissected them for 406 yards and 3 touchdowns. Could have been 4. He had an uncharacteristic interception right in the red zone, actually even in the end zone, that cost the Patriots a touchdown. I'm not seeing it, Nate, because here's the catch. I think the Broncos defense, even if they play at their very best, can hold the Patriots to 20 points, let's say even 17, although I think that's way too optimistic. I'm not sure how they get to 18 or 21 points against this Patriots team.
I think that's one of the challenges, is you can sit back and expect what would be considered a good game by the defense. And I think Shawn's right. A good game by the Broncos defense would be holding Tom Brady to 20 points or fewer. The question is, can your offense score the other side of it? I know fans are out there saying, well, we can get a pick 6 and Bradley Roby can continue his luck against the Pats and all that. Sure, you know what? You might be able to do it. And I'll tell you what, Broncos fans, I'll give you the pick 6. Now tell me how the other 14 points are going to get scored. See where the problem comes in?
It's not going to be on the ground. We know that. They only rushed 9 times last game for a total of 18 yards and a fumble.
Yeah, there's just too many question marks going on offensively. Now, could some things click? Could they get creative? Could Gary Kubiak and Rico Dennison come up with a game plan that is successful? Perhaps. But I think even if I grant you the pick 6, we're still looking at some problems with this Broncos team, and problems that they probably have already been spending a lot of time behind closed doors trying to decide how they are going to address coming up in 2017. Too much talent on the defensive side of things, and too much money tied up in the wide receiver position to see all of that go to waste on what could wind up being ultimately an 8-8 or a 9-7 season. That's a problem. Keep an eye on everything else going on around the AFC, though, because if you look at the matchups and you look at the games that are out there, it is possible for the other teams that are in the playoff hunt as well for the wild card to be beating each other up. We'll be talking about that as we go throughout the week. The other story, actually, of the morning came from the Rockies, of all places.
Oh, yeah. Well, best of luck to Chad Bettis, the Rockies pitcher, diagnosed with testicular cancer, had surgery in late November, as it turned out, is expected to recover. Obviously, you wonder about the time frame. That becomes of lesser importance when you're talking about beating cancer. So the Rockies have now a new manager, a whole bunch of new things. Ian Desmond getting the biggest free agent contract since Mike Hampton. But best of luck to Chad Bettis as he battles testicular cancer this winter. Hope everything works out well for him, because as we talk about in the spring, hope springs eternal in baseball.
Well, we try, at least for a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden I wake up again. As you go throughout the week, make sure you're checking out the videos and the podcast posted at 5280sportsnetwork.com. I have the aforementioned Ryan Green along with Jake Marsing with their recap of the game against the Titans, also the podcast throughout the week. Jake Plummer's podcast this week, he'll be visiting with our good friend Cecil Lammy. So all of that coming up this week for you at 5280sportsnetwork.com and milehighsports.com as well. And the Broncos will get back to work tomorrow after having today off for their Tuesday. Also, a big shout out to all of the players that went out and did the shopping over the course of yesterday, getting the toys and gifts for the kids and the underprivileged families all around Denver. Always appreciate seeing the Broncos getting out and doing that in the community, led in part by Brandon Marshall along with Paxton Lynch and others. So really glad to see them doing that. Back with you tomorrow morning, another edition of the Morning Minute as we inch closer and closer to Patriots weekend at Mile High. For Shawn, I'm Nate Lundy. See ya.